what we're seeing today is what we call a correlation one event. And what a correlation one event is that whenever you're seeing panic in one asset class, like the equity market, you're seeing panic in all asset classes. In uncertainty, the good part is I haven't seen a boom bust cycle in a long while.
Okay. What do you mean by boom bust
Okay,
cycle?
so what I mean by boom bust cycle is because normally in any economic cycle, you have recession, you have whatsoever, right? We haven't actually seen when maybe you have the COVID, which is temporary, but they plugged it in really fast because they brought interest rates to zero. And they had an excuse because the whole world just stopped.
They printed money.
The last one, really the big one, maybe you could look at was 2008. So that's 17.
The real estate global financial
crisis, right? But that one was really systemic risk because there was over leverage happening on the mortgage side in the United States. So the reason why we always talk about we don't see any, so that recession or big recession is called systemic risk. Normally we tell people we don't see any systemic risk today
happening today
because the banks are in a great position than they were 18 years ago. Right. So case in point, look at the Philippines, BDO, BPI, Metrobank made a whopping 80, 70, 50 billion the last 3 years, right? The banks generally, including in the United States, are very healthy in that regard. Now, may we see a deeper recession and that might cause a systemic risk? We don't know. One part is we're seeing many hedge funds today unwind all that over leverage that's happening today. What we're seeing today is what we call a correlation one event. And what a correlation one event is that whenever you're seeing panic in one asset class, like the equity market, you're seeing panic in all asset classes. The only investment that's doing well today is gold because of all the uncertainty that's happening in everything else. But to be honest, the size of gold as an investment is actually not big, right? So you're looking at $140 trillion in debt, $100+ trillion in equity globally, and that's much bigger than what you're seeing from just the gold side.